Gentlemen, your 2026 Stony Brook Seawolves. And now at this time, we ask you please rise to remove your hats as we honor the United States of America, its freedom, and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem. The Stony Brook Seawolves and the NCAA Virgin promote which winning talent by
From Joe Nathan Field on the campus of Stony Brook University, it's another edition of Seawolves Baseball right here on FloBaseball. Here on this gorgeous Friday afternoon, your Seawolves play host to the scorching red-hot Monmouth Hawks right here from the North Fork of Long Island. We welcome you inside. Joey Jarzinko can't thank you enough for making us a part of your Friday afternoon. We take a peek at what we have seen from this Stony Brook Seawolves team as of late. They've won 3 straight after falling in 3 straight as well. UNCW, Sacred Heart, and Hofstra to open up that 3-game set. They're coming off of a crucial win on Tuesday against the Jaspers right here inside 7 innings before taking the series against Hofstra in commanding fashion, 5-0 and then 12-11 in extra innings. On the opposite side, for Monmouth Hawks, they have been hot as well, 20-14 overall, and they're right on the top of the conference in numerous statistical categories. That includes 5 of their last 6 have all come in terms of the win. Let's take a peek at the starting lineup first for the visiting Monmouth Hawks, and led by 33-year head coach Dean Ehall. Wyatt Hunt leads things off out at second base. He'll open things up. Brendan Bucher is the catcher. He'll bat second. Chris Walsh is over at first base batting third. Sidney Whitehill is in the hot corner. He'll clean things up. Nick LaMarco, who leads the team in batting average, he'll bat fifth. Jake Howlett is the team's DH batting sixth. Jimmy Bruno, the shortstop, is the 7th man, and R.J. Restaro is out in right field. And rounding out the order for Ehall's Hawks is none other than the center fielder, Colin Richter. We'll talk more about him later on in the broadcast, but you take a peek at Stony Brook and what they've done on the hill, and Hunter Grande is a big reason why that this team has been pretty successful as of late. 8-10 in conference, but you look at the last time that he was out here, back on the middle game of the 3-game set against the Seahawks. 6 innings of work, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 total strikeouts, and 100 total pitches. And his last time out, though, against Hofstra back on the 10th, got credit for the loss, 3 innings of work, 5 hits surrendered, 8 total earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 74 total pitches for the sophomore from Kings Park. He comes in with a 6.69 ERA, making his 10th start, 1-2 win-loss record, 40 1/3 innings of work, 53 total hits, 30 earned runs, 10 walks, and 43 strikeouts for the sophomore. Our umpire crew today, Donald Goller, is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Paul Thompson is over at first base. David Snyder is on the left side. With Wyatt Hunt stepping up to the dish, he's ready to go, as is Hunter Grande. And let's do it here on this gorgeous Friday afternoon. First pitch is a called strike. So far for
Wyatt Hunt, the second baseman, coming in with a .336 average. And in the midst of a 3-game hitting streak, 5 for his last 9, looking to make it a 4-game hitting streak. 2 for 3. He was also plunked in that midweek tilt against Penn. Wyatt Hunt Jr. out of Spring Lake, New Jersey. Was named to the CAA All-Rookie team a couple of seasons ago. The 1-2. This one's popped up left side. And looking for it is Cervoni, battling the sun, able to make the play in foul territory.
The catcher, number 12.
For the first out to open up this game. Defensive alignment, we told you about Cervoni over at third. From left to right, Dromboski, Zamperone, Dowdy, with Coffey, Schaefer, Carson after Cervoni from left to right. Hunter Colagrande is on the hill. Scott Gell does the catching. Brings up Brendan Bucher. Hard hit ball, and nice diving stop by the third baseman, Cervoni, flashing the leather nice and early, coming back from injury, and making his presence known here to open up this 3-game marquee set. Now with 2 down, that brings up Chris Walsh. Team's first baseman, another junior out of Springbrook Township in Pennsylvania. He's been struggling as of late, 0 for his last 7. Worked a walk, has been plunked 3 times in his last 7 at-bats. Coming off of an 0 for 3 afternoon against Penn with a sac fly. He's able to accrue another RBI for him, which is his 31st, which was his 31st. Count even at 1 here on Walsh. Chases outside. And now the count 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Chases outside. Down on strikes goes Walsh for the final out here in the top half of the first. Nice 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore Hunter Colagrande. Will switch sides. Seawolves will lead things off with Zamperone, Dromboski, and Dowdy when we return on Flow College. Home half of the first, let's take a peek at Jim Martin's batting order to open up this 3-game set. Nick Zamperone leads things off out in center field. Nick Dromboski bats second out and left. Chance Dowdy, the right fielder, he'll bat third. Chris Carson in the cleanup hole. He'll be over at first. Scott Gell is the catcher. He bats fifth. Johnny Pilla, the DH. He's been struggling mightily as of late, but looking to get things back on track. He bats sixth. Aiden Coffey is the shortstop, as that one is sent foul into the bullpen of Monmouth. Mike Cervoni is over at third base. He bats eighth. James Schaefer is over at second base. He rounds out the order for the first-year head coach Jim Martin. The sophomore Ryan Mealy is on the bump. We'll tell you more about him in a few short moments. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count even at 1. Named to the All-CAA second team and the CAA All-Rookie team after a stellar first year down in Long Branch. 15 appearances, 9 total starts, and a 5-2 win-loss record a season ago. Not the same this year, but again, still valiant numbers. 9 total appearances, all of which are starts, making his 10th start of the season. 3-2 win-loss record, 4.62 ERA, and 48 2/3 innings of work. Has struck out 42, and his opposing batting average of .310 on the ground. That time, Bruno makes the throw over to first in time for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Hawks. We told you about Bruno over at short. From left to right, Lavarco, Richter, Nastaro. The infield from third to first, Whitehill, Bruno, Hunt, Walsh. Mealy on the bump with Brendan Bucher doing the catching behind the plate for Dean Ehalt. That brings up Nick Dromboski. And Dromboski has been absolutely fantastic as of late. When you talk about his performances to open his first year as a member of the Seawolves. This one's popped up, foul territory, tough play for Whitehill, and he'll watch that one sail into the dirt. Dromboski leads the team with a .341 batting average and was named CAA Rookie of the Week just 11 days ago. Coming off of an RBI double, crossing the plate twice, a couple of walks against the Jaspers on Tuesday. The 1-1, way high. Dromboski also out of Columbus, New Jersey. 29 of his first 85 with a .452 on-base percentage. Ahead in the count, 2-1. This one's golfed out to left. Tough play for Lavarco. Can't make the play. Richter is right there. And that's a real tough one for the left fielder Lavarco. And again, the sun is shining here on Long Island, and evidently very difficult for the outfielders. Lavarco, Richter was there just behind him to make the grab. So Dromboski extends his hitting streak now to 5 straight, add a double to that tally. We'll tell you more about that later on. Brings up Chance Doughty. And that one gets away from the catcher, Bucher. And advancing to third on the wild pitch is Dromboski. Football team in attendance on the third base side. Trying to make life a little difficult for the Monmouth Hawks, and so far it's working. Now we could talk about Doughty for quite a bit. The senior out of Lacey, Washington has been stellar as well, also looking for a 5-game hitting streak of his own. And sent foul. Doughty 2 for 3 on Tuesday, a 2-run home run in that 12-1 run-ruled effort. Two balls, 1 strike. Mealy deals. Tried to check his swing, was Doughty. Could not hold up. And the count now even at 2. Two from Mealy. Tried to check his swing again. Ball gets away from Bucher. And coming in to score is Dromboski. Seawolves are on the board first here in the home half. It's 1-0, Stony Brook on top. So now Dean Ehalt coming out, trying to see potentially if that was a strikeout. Not the case. Did he go that time? Don't think he did. But either way, home plate umpire Donald Goller calls Dowdy out. And he'll go down technically looking with 2 out. So 1-0 Seawolves on top to open things up. And of course with the raucous football team that's in attendance as well, making things a little bit more difficult for the Hawks. Brings up Chris Carson. Moved over to first base in the offseason. And they had a vacant spot to fill over at first. Chris Carson moves over. Nick Zamperone becomes the everyday center fielder. And the adjustment has been stellar. Obviously, the bat has not changed. One ball, 2 strikes here on the Lindenhurst product. Pitch from Mealy. On the ground. Nice play that time by Walsh. He'll step on the first base bag for the final out here in the first. But Nick Drumboski able to take advantage of the sun out in left field. Lavarco could not make the play, and able to come in and score was Drumboski as well. That's where we are through 1-0 here from Long Island. Back in a moment here on Flo.
In the classroom, in the field, on the water. Stony Brook University is a place for daring. Daring to see where you can go when you follow your heart. Daring to define your own path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. At Stony Brook, New York's flagship university, daring to be something more in this world starts with daring to be true to yourself. Stony Brook University. Dare to be.
Top half of the second, Joey Jarzinga back with you here from Stony Brook, and the Seawolves have a 1-0 lead. You'd open up the top half and you take a peek at what's gone down as of late for this Seawolves squad. And again, we told you about the win against the Jaspers on Tuesday by a score of 12-1 in that run-ruled 7-inning contest. Zamperone with 3 RBIs, but Monmouth Hawks, though, they are sitting atop the conference in batting average. When you look at what they have done over the course of this season, it really has been a reminder for Dean Ehalt to the 2007 NEC championship team. And Simi Whitehill has been a phenomenal part to this team's success. He's reached base safely in 34 straight games. And he's tied Casey Caulfield back in 2022 for the longest streak in the last decade. And I will not take credit for that, by the way. That is all the fantastic SID down at Monmouth, Megan O'Brien. Fantastic work as always, and can't thank her enough for giving us the opportunity to chat with Dean just last night, having a long 20-minute conversation with him and trying to figure out the direction of this team. And again, very different from where they were a season ago, where they had just 24 wins Now they're just 4 wins away from doing exactly that, as Whitehill foul tips this ball. Well, the count now should be 2-2. Scoreboard has that. Oh, 1-2. And there we go now. The 1-2. Misses upstairs. Whitehill looking for the 7-game hitting streak. Currently on pace. See if he can get aboard. That would be 35 straight. Can't do it that time. Swung on and missed. Chased the high heater upstairs. And now 2 strikeouts for Hunter Colagrande. Back-to-back from the first and the second. Now that brings up Nick Lavarco. And Lavarco leads the way. In terms of batting average, a .370, sits in the top 5 in the conference. Coming off of a home run effort against Penn. And their 5-3 win, a couple of RBIs as well. Senior out of Wall Township. Transfer a couple of seasons ago from Brookdale Community College. Was eventually named a Division III JUCO All-American. The 1-1. Misses outside. Two balls, 1 strike. With 1 away. Colagrande deals. Inside corner. And the count now even at 2. Jake Howlett on deck. First of 3 in this series. Second time these teams are facing off, and swung on and missed once again. Yell applies the tag. 3 straight strikeouts for Hunter Colagrande to open up the Monmouth side of things. Now that brings up Jake Howlett. Comes in with a .269. Looking for 5 straight games with an RBI. Gone 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Against Towson last weekend in the sweep. This one's a half swing. Tough play here for Schaefer. Able to make the play for the final out here in the top half of the second. 6 up, 6 down. Hunter Colagrande dealing against this Monmouth Hawks squad. We'll tell you more about it on the other side. 1-0, Seawolves on top.
I think one of the things that makes it different to work here as a nurse or a nursing assistant is the teamwork that is out there amongst the staff.
We work together with one mission in common, and that's to take care of our veterans and their families.
If this is my small way of helping them back, my career as a nurse is rewarded.
The opportunities here for professional growth, our health insurance, salaries can't be compared in any other facility.
I've been here 11 years. I think it speaks for itself.
Please consider working at the Long Island State Veterans Home because we do make a difference in people's lives each and every day.
Home half of the second, and the Seawolves will have the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Scott Gell, Johnny Pilla, Aiden Coffey in the batter's box. Stony Brook donning their home whites with navy blue font on the back in the red scripture. And they'll face Ryan Mealy again. Here's Scott Gell. Gell last played back 5 days ago against the Pride. Chopped foul once again and went 2 for 6. 4 RBIs. In the 11th at Hofstra, 1 of 5 as well. Had a really good series against the Pride. Out at Hempstead, a couple of RBIs, an RBI double. But now behind in the count, 0-2. Mealy deals. Junior out of Trumbull, Connecticut, burst onto the scene a couple of years ago. This one's popped up. Right side, Walsh watches that one go. Only played in 8 games a couple of seasons ago, but last year really stormed in with the 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, and has really been the everyday catcher. This one is sent up the middle for a base hit. Scott Gell now has recorded hits in 4 straight. So now that brings up Johnny Pilla. And Johnny Pilla, again, very unconventional of him, and we know his talents, that's for sure. You look last year, 299 average, 47 hits, 4 home runs. This year, 17 of his first 91. Really difficult season for him, and he's hitless in his last 8 appearances, and this one's popped up. Walsh tries to grab that, but the ball went way, way out of play. Pilla, dating back to nearly a month ago, down in West Long Branch, back on the 20th, is 2 for his last 33 and has recorded strikeouts in 7 of his last 9. This is very unconventional of the Pilla that we know. The 0-1. Chopper on the ground. Walsh goes over to second. Back, no, not in time. It was a 3-6 fielder's choice. Tried to make it a 3-6-3. So Pilla reaches base. Now with 1 down, that brings up Aiden Coffey. Aiden Coffey, a redshirt junior out of Albany, Indiana. Now a little difficulty for Coffey as well. And you look back to his last 3 games, 1 of his last 12, going back to last Saturday at Hofstra. Coffey also filled in while Cervoni was out with an injury over at third. We saw that against UNCW to close out the series, where Jim Martin had went from Aiden Coffey to Jordan Welch, moved Schaefer over and then back. So now that there's some stability back over at the hot corner, Coffey heads to shortstop. This one skied out to center, and able to make the play is Richter for the second out. That brings up the aforementioned Cervoni. The redshirt freshman out of Locust Valley had gone to Chaminade. Had a home run on Tuesday. As Mealy tries to throw back toward Walsh. See if he can pick off Pilla, but unsuccessful. Mealy deals the 1-0. Throw back to first, and Pilla gets back safely. Well, despite the struggles from the plate for the senior out of Ridgewood, Johnny Pilla, he's still 11 of 13 in stolen bases this year. He is a threat to steal. Check swing, did he go? No, says Paul Thompson over at first. Great crowd on hand here on this gorgeous Friday afternoon. 3-0 is the count in favor of Cervoni. Mealy deals. Popped up and out of play. Just behind us, softball getting ready to go in about 29 minutes. As they'll take on the Hofstra Pride. Begins at 3. Also can be found on Flow College. Hitters count for the third baseman. Gets the green light and jammed foul on the right side. Count runs full. As a team, Stony Brook batting .240, which is in the lower third of the CAA. Their opponents batting .293, which is right on par with what the Hawks are batting as a team, and that sits atop the conference as well. This one sent out to left. Lavarco is there to make the play for the final out here in the second. But Pill is stranded over at first. Let's go to the top half of the third. Seawolves, though, they're on the board. It's 1-0. Stony Brook on top. Well, Stony Brook on top 1-0 through 2 here on Long Island. Joey Jarzinka back with you from Joe Nathan Field. And right now, Hunter Colagrande dealing 6 up, 6 down to open things up. And we've got a really loaded day here on campus. And tonight, lacrosse going on at 6:30 and softball going on behind us starting in about 25 minutes. And Jimmy Bruno to lead things off, the shortstop, 7, 8, 9, and the E-Halt order, and Colagrande deals. The last time that we saw Colagrande on this bump, we told you to open up our broadcast, was back on the 3rd against UNCW exactly 2 weeks ago. And what a job that he was able to put together. He and his brother, we said it was the Colagrande show, and boy, was it. What a job that he had done. to retire the Seahawks. Count 0-2. Here on Bruno. This one sent out to left. And it's knocked in for a base hit. Nice work that time by Jimmy Bruno, the graduate out of Haddon Heights, New Jersey. Now 6 of his first 20. Grad transfer from Barry. And now has logged hits in back-to-back appearances. And an on-base streak. In all of but 2 games. The exclusion of UMBC and Virginia. And he's been on base for every appearance since March 13th. The 0-1 to Mastaro. That one sent foul. RJ Mastaro, Westville, New Jersey product. Another transfer by way of Rowan College in South Jersey and Gloucester. Throw back. Trying to get the double play, strike him out, throw him out, but couldn't do so. So now with 1 down, 4 strikeouts for Hunter Colagrande, and that brings up Colin Richter, who, when we spoke with Deanie Hall last night, he told us he considers Richter one of the players that simply does not have sexy numbers, but you consider him as an X factor. And again, sometimes his numbers do not tell the entire story, but again, a complete turnaround from what he started the season with, as well as last year as well. And last year, of course, is a member of James Madison and JMU. Only appeared in 21 games last year, and something that Ehalt had told us too regarding his time down at JMU is that he was able to accrue a good amount of, kind of just be a sponge, and accrue a good amount of experience and understanding the game a little bit better. And he's been putting it to good use here today, and he's been, well, this season rather, and we'll see if he can get it done today. Count ahead 1-0. So over at first is Jimmy Bruno, who posted the first hit for the Hawks today. He's 2 of 2 on the base path. As this one is skied out to right, back goes Dowdy on the track. That ball is gone. It's a 2-run blast for Colin Richter. 4th home run of the season, and the Hawks leapfrog ahead of the Seawolves 2-1 here in the top half of the 3rd. So now that brings up Wyatt Hunt, who flew out to Cervoni to open up the game in foul territory. And we had said looking for a 4-game hitting streak for Wyatt Hunt. 5 for his last 9, not including the Cervoni pop-up that was able to be caught by the 3rd baseman. Want to include that, 5 of 10, now batting .500. Crossed the plate twice, worked a 2-bagger, worked a walk, stole a couple of bases. 3 total attempts, was plunked, and hit a sacrifice hit as Colagrande deals inside, just below the knees of Wyatt Hunt, the leadoff man. Hitters count 3-1. Foul tipped, in and out of the glove of Gell. Count runs full. Again, the Stony Brook football team is here in the midst of spring football. 2026 football season will be here before you know it, even though it's in 4 months. Almost 3. And Wyatt Hunt works a walk. And now Mike Petrowski will come out to chat with Hunter Colagrande, who again was dealing through the first 6 batters and then had given up that 1-out, 2-run shot to Colin Richter. Just last batter. Now we open up the heart of the order in Brendan Bucher. The 0-1. High chopper. This could be 2. There's 1. Throw off line that time by Aiden Coffey, and that'll go down as an E6. So everyone is safe now, and that's the last thing that Hunter Colagrande and the Seawolves need, with Chris Walsh stepping up to the plate. And now he's 0 of his last 8. He's been struggling a bit. Tries to signal bunt. Goes foul. The 0-1. And despite Chris Walsh's slump that he's in, 0 for his last 8, he's still batting .342. Goes to show the talent that this utility man has. Listed as a first baseman and an outfielder. And now you're seeing Donald Goller having to answer a few words from the Stony Brook dugout. They thought it was a strike. They thought it was strike 3. Not the case. The 1-2. Oh, way upstairs and by the helmet. Again, these are two teams that they've already seen each other before. About a month ago down in West Long Branch, and Monmouth had taken 2 of 3. Stony Brook 6 games back of the Hawks. And Walsh, they'll take ball 3, so now the count runs full. This one's played on a 1-hop, that time by Cervoni. Tries to go across the way, not in time. And off the bag was Carson, but either way, the throw would have not made a difference, but a nice job that time by Cervoni. And now with 2 out, that goes down as a fielder's choice. So now Hunt out. Bucher moves up. Walsh reaches on the fielder's choice. And now runners on first and second for Simi Whitehill, who struck out swinging to open up the second. That ball gets away from Gell. He can't find it. Now it's at the backstop. And now both runners move up. One ball, two strikes. This one sent out to right. That drops in front of Dowdy for a base hit. Bucher scores, and behind him is Walsh. It's a two-run RBI single for Simi Whitehill. And now the Hawks have a 4-1 lead here in the top half of the third. Now Simi Whitehill extends his hitting streak to 7 straight. And now with the 2 RBIs, he's now posted 8 RBIs throughout this hitting streak. Tough play for Cervoni, able to make it though on one hop, and Carson able to make the grab for the final out. But the damage done here in the top half of the third, highlighted by a 2-run shot for Colin Richter, the number 9 hitter in the Hawks order. Back in a moment here on Flo College. Seawolves trailing by 3.
Lacrosse returns to LaValle Stadium tonight to face off with Hofstra at 6:31 p.m. for senior night. Get your tickets now on StonyBrookAthletics.com/tickets. Stony Brook men's lacrosse is back at home tomorrow, April 18th at 3 p.m. to take on Drexel for senior day. Get your tickets today on StonyBrookAthletics.com/tickets. The second baseman, number 17, James Schaefer.
(9-1-2) in the Seawolves order. Schaefer, Zamperone, Drumboski. They now trail by 3 runs. Hard hit ball on the ground for Bruno. Quick throw to first in time for the first out. Well, despite the 4-1 Monmouth lead, weather here is absolutely gorgeous. High 70s, or at least that's the way it feels anyway. 75, and rain expected in about an hour and a half, so gonna see with spotty showers coming through. Gonna keep our eyes out. I know the humidity has been really, really bad as of late, so that's definitely something that playing a role. 55% humidity, but things are looking good though. This time is the third baseman in Simi Whitehill. Nice and easy, 2 quick outs for the Hawks. And now Nick Drumboski steps up to the plate. Now the count 0-1 on Drumboski, who had doubled into left. It was a one-out double back in the first. Count even at 1. Mealy deals. Chopped right side. Walsh will play it. He'll step on the bag for the final out here in the third. 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Mealy and the Hawks. Back in a moment to open up the fourth.
Mornings start with News 12, your first stop for everything you need to start your day. The latest news.
Okay, we'll send someone over there.
We're tracking some major breaking news right now.
A forecast you can rely
There's
on.
a coastal storm developing, and with that, it makes...
And stories that impact your community.
We spoke with local residents. They say it's been way too long that this has been...
Stay informed. Be prepared.
Join us for Mornings on News 12.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Good mornings start here.
Apple Bank opened its doors 160 years ago, and back then it was all about one-on-one banking. In today's world, banking's all about easy and convenient, and saving you time for the moments that matter. We get that, but sometimes you need to speak with someone to make it happen. And at Apple Bank, that's what we still do. One-on-one service since the day we first opened.
Welcome to Apple Bank. How can I help you?
Easy, convenient, personal banking. Apple Bank, celebrating 160 years.
Top half of the fourth, Hawks on top 4-1 over your Seawolves. 4-3-0 for the Hawks. Line score 1-2-1 for the Seawolves. And for those that are wondering what had gone down in the top half of the third, highlighted by a Colin Richter 2-run blast over the head of Chance Dowdy. And that's where we are through 3 innings of work as Colagrande on the change, and on the slider rather, if you will. Nice work that time by Colagrande. He was able to do so against Nick Lavarco back in the second. 2 straight sliders back to back. And was able to get him swinging. Off-speed pitch that time, and fools Howlett. Howlett, Bruno, and Mustaro here in the Hawks order. Colagrande deals the 1-2. Not that time. And this one's fouled back. Count even at 2. This one skied out to left. Drumboski a few steps to his left and makes the play for the first out. So now that brings up Jimmy Bruno, who got the top half of the third started. And after retiring the first 6 for Hunter Colagrande, Jimmy Bruno had kind of awoken the monster that was, or rather is, the Hawks in their .293 batting average. Tops in the conference, and looked a little dysfunctional to open things up. Hunter Colagrande was really dealing to open things up, and then Bruno had solved the puzzle. one's popped up and foul. The 1-2 to Bruno. Swung on and missed. Down on strikes goes Bruno. Good for the second out. 5th strikeout for Hunter Colagrande. Now that brings up Mustaro, who also fell victim to 1 of 5 strikeouts for Colagrande, or from Colagrande rather. The 1-0. Chopped foul. Count even at 1. Here on Mustaro. Right down the gut for a called strike. The 1-2. That one gets away from Gell, but thankfully no one on base, and the count even at 2. Colagrande deals. Breaking pitch stays high, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch on the inside corner. Called strike 3. Down looking goes Mustaro, and now here comes Dean Ehalt. And he's telling his right fielder Mustaro to just come back in and take it as you go, and that's it. 4-1 after 3.5. Hawks still on top. Back in a moment here on Flow College. Dowdy leads things off for the Seawolves to open up the 4th. Joey Jarzinka back with you for a gorgeous day. We expect rain to come through the area though, so as Dowdy skies this one foul down the left field line. Ryan Mealy back out for his 4th inning of work. CAA All-Rookie teamer a season ago. He deals. Last year had struck out a team best 53 batters on the year. The 1-1. And for Dean Ehalt to tell us, too, that his team reminds him a lot of 2007. Now, keep in mind, they were in the NEC then. and at the time the Northeast Conference, now just the NEC. This is 33rd season, mind you. And to say that the season is going down that road and kind of what this team reminds him of is very high praise. The 2-2. Oh, man. Oh, wow. He thought it was called strike 3. The catcher, Bucher, he threw down to third, and he thought that was an easy strike 3, and he looked back and he was like, how'd you not call that, Donald? Oh, man. The payoff pitch from Mealy, and that one is jammed into center. That drops in for a base hit. Oh, man, that is a tough one. He thought it was clear as day, and able to get the last laugh is Chance Doughty, who extends his hitting streak to 5 and his on-base streak to 6 straight. So now that brings up Chris Carson. That one in and out of the glove and off the chest of the catcher, Bucher. Throw back to first, not in time. And again, just to give context, 3 of 3 on the base path for Chance Doughty. 1 ball, no strikes. Right down the gut for a called strike. Carson grounded out to Walsh, his counterpart over at first. The 1-1. Hard hit ball, foul down the first base line. Two tough series to open up the month of April for this Seawolves squad. Throw back to first. Try and pick off the runner in Doughty. But facing 2 of the top offensive teams statistically, Monmouth and UNCW, here at Joe Nathan Field. Win 2 out of 3 against UNCW, top team in the South. And Monmouth, the top team in the North. UNCW they skidded. Campbell 16-2. This one's golfed into right field. Back goes Mustaro. That ball is gone. Chris Carson extends his hitting streak and his RBI streak to 3 straight games with his second round tripper of the season. And the Seawolves still trail by 1. It's 4-3 in the 4th. Big time momentum swing for Chris Carson. We'll have another look at it via the replay in a few short moments. And stepping in is Scott Gell. All right, let's take another look at it here. And again, that was pretty much golfed in there. And you could see Mustaro knew exactly that ball was gone. That was it. He didn't really have to turn much. And Bruno makes the play out in shallow left for the first out against Scott Gell. Fantastic production work as always by our main man Liam Hink and the entire crew. Meanwhile, that brings up Johnny Pilla. Grounded into a fielder's choice. 3-6 was on base. The 1-0. Called strike. And again, what we had said to you in the beginning, or the top of our broadcast, 6 games back are the Seawolves of the top team in the North. Monmouth Hawks 14-4, 20-14, and Stony Brook, though, they've won 3 straight. And you notice, too, when they took the 2 of 3 against UNCW, well, that was a big help for the Campbell Fighting Camels. They're running away with the CAA right now. They're 24-12, 16-2 in conference. Again, both divisions split, or the conference rather split now in baseball. While all that has come and gone, Johnny Pilla works a walk. And now that brings up Aiden Coffey. We're going to keep our eyes out on both bullpens, see if there's any action, but so far, not much. Coffey had flown out to center. Throw back to first, and Pilla is all good. Again, Bucher behind the plate. Thought Chance Doughty had struck out looking, not the case, had thrown down to third. Donald Goller not making a whole lot of friends today on either side. Right down the gut for a called strike. Count even at 1. Neely deals, popped up, tough play for, well, rather fairly easy play for the center fielder Richter. And looked like he really had to cover a whole lot of ground, but eventually started jogging and knew that he would get under it, so all good there for the Hawks. Back-to-back F8s for Aiden Coffey. And now that brings up Mike Cervoni. And that ball gets away from Walsh. Pilla off and running to second. Does he get the green light to go to third? Yes, he does. He's charging for third, and the throw is not in time. Oh, man, Pilla almost slid off the bag. And he had to crawl his way back like a firefighter there, and he did exactly that. That's going to go down as an E1. And he advances twice. Chopped over toward third. Tough play on the backhand and losing control over at third on the turf was the third baseman Whitehill. And Pilla comes in to score. That's going to go down as a base hit and RBI for Mike Cervoni. And this game is tied up at 4 here in the 4th. Now that brings up James Schaefer, and again, what was a 3-run advantage for the Hawks has now been completely erased. And that one is foul. And I think you were trying to potentially see Bucher maybe trying to go around Schaefer and potentially seeing batter's interference. Not the case. And that's, I think, what he was looking for right away. And Donald Goller says, no, We've got this. Throw back to first, and able to get in there safely is Cervoni. Cervoni also extended his hitting streak to 4 straight just now. 8 of his first 26 for the redshirt freshman out of Locust Valley. The 1-1 on the ground, and Bruno will go the short way, and able to play that on a 1-hop was Hunt. So Bruno able to avoid disaster that time, courtesy of the second baseman Hunt. We'll talk more about it on the other side. 4-4 is the score after 4. Let's go to the 5th.
At Stony Brook Medicine, we have a level 1 trauma center, the highest in the region, so Frank can keep playing once upon a time. Our kidney transplant team has one of the fastest transplant rates in the nation, so Pat can spend time doing what she loves. Our skilled surgeons perform robotic-assisted surgery for colon cancer, so Chris can get back to reeling them in sooner. Leading the way to make your life stronger. We are Stony Brook Medicine. All we do is all for you.
At H2M, we play to win. Architecture, engineering, sustainability. We compete to be the best there is. We believe in teamwork. Working together, building together, winning together.
So new shortstop for the Seawolves in a straight swap. Mike Villani will replace Aiden Coffey to open up this top half of the 5th. Hunter Colagrande back out on the bump. And what we saw in the home half of the 4th, well, Chris Carson with his 2nd home run of the season. Now the count 0-2. Here on Colin Richter. And then Cervoni is able to drive home Johnny Pilla back in the 4th. And what a job that he was able to do as well, simply taking advantage of Whitehill over on the turf, trying to spin around, playing with a nice backhand, but could not get up on his 2 feet. The turf monster struck. This one's lined into the glove of Mike Villani. And it'll go down for an L6. Meanwhile, Wyatt Hunt. The 1-0. Hunt worked to walk back in the 3rd. And Hunt still looking for that 4-game hitting streak. He's able to get on base for 5 straight. Now that brings up Bucher. Grounded into an E6, scored a run. His last time out. The 0-1. Runner almost went, and in and out of the glove of Gell. That's a tough one. Tough one for Wyatt Hunt, able to head over towards second, but a nice job that time by Hunt to kind of fake out Gell, and Gell bit. Went in and out of the glove, took his eyes off of the glove, and he'll get the call now from the dugout. So Hunt will advance on a pass ball. Hitters count for Bucher. Works a walk, and now runners on first and second with 1 out, and the go-ahead run is Hunt across the way. Back-to-back walks issued by Hunter Colagrande. Meanwhile, the bullpen for the Seawolves gets active, and it's his older brother in Aiden Colagrande getting warm. And we saw this back on the 3rd of April against UNCW, where it was the Colagrande show. So now that brings up the first baseman, Chris Walsh. Again, typically we would see also on the hill on a Friday starter. Let's see, Michael Worley throwing us for a little bit of a loop. There's Jim Martin. With that being said, though, Chris Walsh steps up to the plate, and a nice job by Gell. Able to get back up on his feet and ensure that the 2 runners on the base path would not go. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Chases outside. Colagrande deals. This one's chopped on the ground. This could be 2. There's 1 on to first. Double play. 5-4-3. Nice work that time by the Seawolves. 1 runner left aboard. No damage done. Tied up at 4 as we head to the home half of the 5th here on Flow College. Top of the order due up for the Seawolves. Here in the home half of the fifth, Joey Jarzenka back with you from Joe Nathan Field. Line score 4 runs apiece, 4-3-1 for the Hawks, 4-5-1 for the Seawolves. And how many runners have been left aboard for each side? 2. And that's where we are through 4.5 here from Long Island. And again, so far weather's holding up, but the forecast does show in about give or take an hour we might see a spotty thunder shower. So fingers crossed that we don't, and Mother Nature can potentially move things far, far away, and we keep this game moving along. Zamperone swings and misses. 3 different pitches, Deanie Hall told us, for Ryan Mealy. He's able to generate the 3rd in the offseason. Hard hit ball up the middle for a base hit. And something that we have seen with this Hawks team as well compared to last year too, not only the buy-in as well, but also again another year older, more experience. But the Seawolves right now, they found a way to figure things out as this afternoon has gone along. Brings up Drumboski. 1 for 2 with the double. Extended his hitting streak to 5 straight. Also, Drumboski, though, in the midst of a 3-game RBI streak, looking to make it 4 straight games with an RBI. And has yet to do that here today so far. This one's off of the bump, and Bruno, quick throw to first in time. Nice work that time by the shortstop, handling it all by himself, and that time it had gone right off of the pitcher's mound and had taken a weird hop for number 4 out at short. Nice 6-3 unassisted double play for the Hawks. Now Chance Doughty. Pitch to Doughty, misses outside. The 1-1. The 1-2. No. High and inside. Count even at 2. Chris Carson on deck, who got the 3-run inning started back in the 4th. Mealy deals. Misses. Bit upstairs above the knees, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch. This is upstairs, and now here comes Carson, who has the go-ahead run over at first. And let's take a peek at what he did in his last at-bat. What a job by Carson. Let's take a look at it now. And, of course, he had golfed it over the head of Mastaro back in the 4th, and that's how things had gotten started on the Seawolves comeback tour. Can they continue, though? As Carson takes ball 1 downstairs. Hawks not too thrilled with it. The 1-0. Misses upstairs. Carson came into today with 18 RBIs, now at 20 after the 2-run blast to right. Ahead in the count, 2-0 is the first baseman. Chopped toward the second baseman, Hunt, and he's able to make the play. What a job by the second baseman, Wyatt Hunt, on the run to get Chris Carson out over at first. Chance Doughty left stranded at his 6th inning of work. 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of which earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and allowed the home run to Colin Richter, who again was deemed by the head coach Dean Ehalt as one of his X factors, Colin Richter that is, and one of the unsung heroes who is, quote, a streaky player, as this one is sent out to right center. Whitehall, that one's gone. And that one was a no-doubter for Simi Whitehill, his 4th home run of the season and his 3rd RBI. It's a leadoff blast, and that puts the Hawks back on top, 5-4 here in the top of the 6th. And certain balls you know right away. And you can just hear the sound. They knew it was gone. Tough play that time for Cervoni, but makes it look very easy over at third. So that brings up Jake Hallett, who's 0 for 2 today. This one's off the end of the bat. Nice diving play that time by Villani, and the scoop. Nice job that time by Chris Carson. Even better job over at shortstop by Villani. Flashing the leather. Nice and early for Jimmy Bruno. The 1-0. High fly ball, left field, back goes Dromboski. Just in front of the track, able to make the play for the final out, but Simi Whitehill, with his 4th home run of the season, puts the Hawks in front at the end of 5.5. Let's go to the home half of the 6th. It's Scott Gell to lead things off for Jim Martin's crew.
One of the things that makes it different to work here as a nurse or a nursing assistant is the teamwork that is out there amongst the staff.
We work together with one mission in common, and that's to take care of our veterans and their families.
If this is my small way of helping them back, my career as a nurse is rewarded.
The opportunities here for professional growth, our health insurance, salaries can't be compared in any other facility.
I've been here 11 years. I think it speaks for it, so.
Please consider working at the Long Island State Veterans Home because we do make a difference in people's lives each and every day.
Good morning, start with News 12. Your first stop for everything you need to start your day. The latest news.
Okay, we'll send someone over there.
We're tracking some major breaking news right now.
A forecast you can rely
There's a
on.
coastal storm developing, and with that, it may...
And stories that impact your
We
community.
spoke with local residents. They say it's been way too long that this has been...
Stay informed. Be prepared.
Join us for mornings on News 12.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Good mornings start here.
Scott Gell to lead things off. Here in the home half of the 6th, 5-4. Hawks on top after Simi Whitehill's 4th home run of the season. A leadoff shot to open up the 6th. Aiden Colagrande is in the bullpen for the Seawolves. This one sent out to the gap in right center. On the run, making the play is Colin Richter. What a play out in right center field. And he's able to do it on the offensive side and the defensive side here in this one. Now that brings up Johnny Pilla, who worked a walk, scored a run. Can have another look at that and take a peek here. Tracking that ball down very nicely was Richter, and that leaping play just in front of the warning track quite possibly could be a turning point in the game. That also potentially solidifies the Hawks right now with a 1-run lead. Popped up. Battling the sun. Who's got it? Don't know if anyone sees it. Richter does, the last second. And he's got it for the second out. Now that brings up Mike Villani, who came in place of Aiden Coffey. So Villani from the dish. He's recorded walks in 9 of his last 10. The 0-1. Off the chest that time of Bucher. The 2-1. Sent foul, left side and out of play. Count even at 2 with 2 out. And misses inside. Count runs full. The payoff pitch. And tried to hold up on the breaking pitch was Mike Villani, but it's a called strike 3 and could not hold up that time. So, 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Mealy. We head to the top half of the 7th. 8-9-1, Mustaro to lead things off for the Hawks as they're ahead by 1.
Attention please. Now pitching for the Seagulls, number 35, Aiden Colagrande.
So Aiden Colagrande comes in for his younger brother in Hunter Colagrande. We'll look at Aiden's numbers right now. The senior out of Kings Park comes in making his 16th appearance, 2-1 win-loss record, 2.89 ERA, 18 2/3 innings of work, has recorded 1 save, which came back against UNCW, which we were talking about all day long back on the 4th of April, that series finale against the Seahawks where they won 2 of 3. Colagrande also has surrendered 17 hits, 6 earned runs, 10 walks, 19 total strikeouts, and had gotten that 3-inning save, that 9-out save, just behind his brother, Hunter. What just happened over there? It looks as if looks like the football team may have said something that was a little derogatory that time, so they tossed him out over there, and there they go. That's a tough one there. Now Jim Martin saying, "What are we doing? Let's go." All right, so with a little delay there, and if possible, we might have heard that on the auxiliary microphone that's down at the field. So we apologize for any explicit content that you may have heard there. And Mustaro takes the called strike. The count now 0-2. Back-to-back strikeouts. Meanwhile, Aiden back out on the 0-2. Score update behind us at softball. Hofstra top of Stony Brook by a score of 1-0. Home half the third behind us at University Field. The 1-2 from Aiden Colagrande, swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Mustaro. 3 strikeouts for the right fielder today. Now that brings up the number 9 hitter in Colin Richter. And Colagrande hits Colin Richter, so he's on base for the second time. Now that brings up Wyatt Hunt. So with 1 away and Richter over at first, Colagrande deals to Hunt. Takes a called strike. The 0-1. Misses outside. Another good take that time by Hunt. Wyatt Hunt, one of 3 Monmouth Hawks to have 40 or more hits this year. Chris Walsh and Sibby Whitehill are the other 2. The 2-1. This one is past the diving Schaefer into center. And now runners on first and second with 1 away. Now that brings up Brendan Bucher, looking for much-needed insurance runs for the Hawks. Aiden Colagrande looking to stop the bleeding here. This one's chopped through the left side for a base hit. Being waved home is Richter. He'll score, and that ball nearly gets away from the remainder of the Seawolves infield, but it's an RBI single for Brendan Bucher, and the Hawks put up a much-needed insurance tally here in the top half of the 7th, 6-4. And now Chris Walsh grounded into a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play back in the top half of the 5th. Back to having 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. And throw back toward Schaefer at second. Trying to pick off the runner, Wyatt Hunt. The 1-0. Swung on and missed that time by Walsh. Called strike, and you could hear the oohs and ahs from the Monmouth dugout, and that immediately got the reaction of Donald Guller to explain himself there. Sent foul down the left field line, and well, just another little tip here, or a little nugget. Chris Walsh was looking for a run scored in 8 straight games. He did exactly that back in the top half of the third on that 2 RBI single into right from Simi Whitehill, excuse me. Still Walsh, though, looking for his first hit in nearly 10 total plate appearances. Count even at 2. Walsh swings and misses and falls down out of the batter's box. Good for a called strike 3. Now 2 out for Whitehill.
Third baseman number 33, Simi Whitehill.
Now Whitehill with 3 RBIs. The 0-1 from Aiden. Makes the outside corner for an 0-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 out. Whitehill takes ball 2. For Whitehill now with 3 RBIs today. Now leads the team with 9 games with 2+ RBIs. Coming into today, he and Nick Lavarco had both led the Hawks with 8 apiece this season. The 2-2. Sent foul. Off the bucket of Scott Gell. Sent foul again. The 2-2. Called strike 3. And down looking goes Simi Whitehill for the final out here in the top half of the 7th. Well, it's time to stretch here from Long Island. Let's head to the home half of the 7-6-4 Hawks on top.
At Stony Brook Medicine, we have a level 1 trauma center, the highest in the region, so Frank can keep playing once upon a time. Our kidney transplant team has one of the fastest transplant rates in the nation, so Pat can spend time doing what she loves. Our skilled surgeons perform robotic-assisted surgery for colon cancer, so Chris can get back to reeling them in sooner. Leading the way to make your life stronger. We are Stony Brook Medicine. All we do is all for you.
Home half of the 7th, Seawolves still trail by 2. Join us again tomorrow, folks, beginning at 1 p.m. right here on Flo College, and then Sunday also beginning at 1 p.m. Both games can be seen on Flo College. Joey Jarzenka back with you. Cervoni leading things off. Right down the gut for a called strike. The 1-1. Cervoni jams one out to the right center field. Well, it was going to be the gap, but able to cover that and close that up was Mastaro. Fantastic work that time by Cervoni, and now 2 of 3 today. Now James Schaefer. Schaefer reached on a fielder's choice 6-4. Last time out. Right down the middle for a called strike. The 0-1. Runner goes. Or at least started to go, but Schaefer with the bunt foul. The 0-2. Pitch upstairs, throw back to first by Bucher. Try and get Cervoni. Not in time. The 1-2. Count even at 2. Neely deals. Bullpen continues to move for the Hawks. Runner thought about going in Cervoni. Cervoni has not stolen a base. To open up his collegiate career, did not play all of last year. Now the runner goes. This one sent down the left field line, and that'll drop just foul. Oh, man, that's a tough one. For Schaefer, just a few feet to the left of the foul line. So now the count runs full. Cervoni goes back to first. Runner goes. Popped up. And Whitehill able to make the play for the first out. And while that was happening, Wyatt Hunt over at second base had tripped and fell. Looks to be okay, and he's back up on his 2 feet. Gonna have to be very careful with what had gone down. So, Hawks will have a mound visit. And now it'll turn into a call to the bullpen. We'll take a quick break here on Flo College. Stony Brook trailing by 2. So Deanie Halt and his staff make a call to the bullpen, and Ryan Mealy's day is done. We'll talk more about it in a few short moments. He had an exceptional day. 4 runs allowed, 7 hits, had 1 error for the Hawks, and now it'll be moved to Kevin O'Pannell, the 5th year out of Clementon, New Jersey. transfer by way of Rowan College of South Jersey, Gloucester. We take a peek at some of his numbers. 27 innings of work, 26 hits, 15 runs, 14 of those earned, 14 total strikeouts, and a 4.67 earned run average throughout his time this season. And again, that was a transfer a few years ago. Again, last year was primarily a starter, 14 appearances, 10 total starts. This year, 10 appearances, no starts. Last time out was against Towson, 2 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 earned, 1 strikeout, a double, wild pitch, and a hit by pitch, 26 total pitches in 8 total batters faced. So the runner on first, and Mike Cervoni is the responsibility of Ryan Mealy. Throw back to first. Three balls, 1 strike with 1 away. Well, Panel deals right down the gut for a called strike. Off-speed pitch. Payoff pitch. It was jammed foul behind us. And onto the softball field in the middle of play. They'll try it again. This one's skied out to shallow center. Richter is there, tracks it down for the second out.
So the left fielder, number 21, Nick Dromboski.
So now Nick Dromboski inside corner. The count now 0-2. Pitch high and upstairs, or rather high and outside. And the count now 1-2. Dromboski comes from a very rich family in terms of athletics. Misses. Dromboski's brother Ryan plays for the Phillies organization in High A. His other brother Braden plays at TCNJ. This one's lined right into the glove of Bruno. And that's how the 7th inning comes to a close. Cervoni stranded over at first, and Stony Brook still trailing by 2 after 7. Top half of the 8th. And again, Stony Brook trailing by 2, 6-4, 6-6-1 for the Hawks. 4 runners left aboard, and Stony Brook with the exact same runners left aboard. 4-7-1, though, the rest of the line score. Again, a good job by the Hawks to bounce back with that 4-run top half of the 3rd. After Stony Brook able to get on the board first in the home half of the 1st. And then after this one sent out into the gap in right, and that ball will be played off the wall by Dowdy. Heading for second sliding is Nick Lavarco. Good work that time by Lavarco, who extends his hitting streak to 5 straight. That was in serious jeopardy heading into the 8th. Now for Lavarco, that's his 5th double of the year. Meanwhile, that brings up Howlett, who's 0 for 3 today. So also a notable absence today is Sam Saki, the freshman from Rochester. Did not play against Stony Brook the last time that these two teams met, back in Long Branch about a month ago. Chopped foul. Again, Bruno gets the start over him today. The 1-2 from Cola Grande, fouled back. The 1-2. Popped up. who's got it, who's calling for it. Villani is. And he makes the play for the first out here in the top half of the 8th.
Shortstop number 4, Jimmy Bruno.
And now Bruno. Bruno, 5th year, spent the last couple of seasons in Division II at Barry. Made 88 starts and 89 total appearances in the last 2 years, and had a sub-300 ERA, a sub-300 batting average, as that one gets away from Gell. And moving up to 3rd is Lavarco on a wild pitch. And a really cool story, too, with Bruno and the relief pitcher and Kevin O'Pannell, is that those two got started as members of JUCO just prior to transferring to Division II, and then those two found their way back together down in Long Branch at Monmouth. Very cool stuff, and those are things you don't typically hear a whole lot of. Usually once these two depart, usually tough to go back and find their way together. Two balls, one strike here on Bruno. Sent foul. The 2-2. Count runs full. Lavarco over at 3rd. Be another insurance run for the Hawks if he can cross the plate. The payoff pitch. Upstairs. Now Mastaro. Let's see if we have a pinch hitter, and we just might. So Will Fahey will come in to pinch hit for the likes of Mastaro. Fahey, a freshman out of Red Bank, coming in with 5 RBIs, 321 on base percentage, 14 of his first 49. And looking for a 3-game hitting streak. Coming off a 1-for-3 afternoon with an RBI against NJIT. Tough play. Carson goes to second for 1. It's a fielder's choice, 1-6. A run comes in to score. And the Hawks have a 7-4 lead. Or rather, a fielder's choice 3-6, if you will, excuse me, to get Bruno out at second. And Fahey reaches with a perfect bunt down the first base line. And now for Colin Richter. with 2 out. Colagrande deals, popped up on the bunt, and able to make the grab is Cervoni for the final out here in the top half of the 8th. But the Hawks add another, and we head to the home half of the 8th. Seawolves down by 3.
At H2M, we play to win. At H2M, we play to win. Architecture, engineering, sustainability. We compete to be the best there is. We believe in teamwork. Working together, building together, winning together.
I think one of the things that makes it different to work here as a nurse or a nursing assistant is the teamwork that is out there amongst the staff.
We work together with one mission in common, and that's to take care of our veterans and their families.
If this is my small way of helping them back, my career as a nurse is rewarded.
The opportunities here for professional growth, our health insurance, salaries can't be compared in any other facility.
I've been here 11 years. I think it speaks for itself.
Please consider working at the Long Island State Veterans Home because we do make a difference in people's lives each and every day.
So now out in right field for the Hawks is Aiden Bretschneider. The last time that we saw him in action was, ironically enough, against this Seawolves team back on March 21st down in Long Branch. Joey Jarsenka back with you for another 3-game set. Stony Brook and Monmouth doing battle for 4th time in 6 total attempts this entire year. We'll see what happens tomorrow beginning at 1, Sunday beginning at 1 as well. Last time that Seawolves had hosted a 3-game set was in conference play back on, rather a couple of weeks ago against UNCW. This one's jammed toward the shortstop. Bruno on the run. Tough play. Can he make it? No. And that should go down as a base hit, and it will. Valiant effort put forth by the shortstop, Justin Bruno. Or rather, Jimmy Bruno, excuse me. And Chance Dowdy is on to open up the 8th. Brings up Chris Carson. 2-run shot. Back in the 4th. Sky high pop-up for the aforementioned Jimmy Bruno for the first out.
The catcher, number 29, Scott.
Brings up Scott Gell, who's 1 of 3 today. Gell had extended his hitting streak to 4 straight. He's got to get on base, though, to extend or potentially extend his run scored streak. Right now, that's in jeopardy. Tried to check his swing and couldn't hold up. The 0-1. On the ground, Bruno, this could be 2. There's 1, on to first, it's a double play. 6-4-3 to end the 8th. Hawks still in front by 3, top of the 9th we go. Top of the 9th we go. And Aiden Colagrande back out for another inning of work. And nice job defensively by the Hawks. And a 6-4-3 double play to negate any potential threat that Stony Brook may have posed back in the home half of the 8th, and seesaw momentum firmly in favor of the Hawks as they look to, for their sake, step up to the plate for the final time here in the first game of this 3-game set and go ahead of Stony Brook by 7 games in the North Division. Now the top of the order is who Aiden Colagrande has to face. Delivers a called strike on the inside corner. Small breeze coming through. Temperature dropped a tiny bit, which is a nice thing, but could also mean precipitation is on the way. But fingers crossed that we do get through this contest without any droplets. Count now 1-2. Another score update behind us. Home half of the 6th. Hofstra on top 2-0 of your Seawolves. The 1-2. Misses outside. Count even at 2. This one sent down the right field line, and that's a no-doubter. Wyatt Hunt doubles up the lead and makes it 8-4 in favor of the Hawks. For Wyatt Hunt, it's his 2nd home run of the year.
Catcher number 12, Brendan Bucher.
And now Jim Martin will make a call to the bullpen. Aiden Colagrande's day has come to a close. And we'll tell you more in a few short moments. And once we get the signal, you did it? Okay, that's okay. That's all right, don't worry about it. You're good, you're good. No, he's done anyway, but still. He's giving him another throw right now. You're okay, keep it, let it go. He hasn't made a call yet. There you go, now there's the call. Yeah, he did that, I knew, because he wants him to get a couple more throws in. Evan K. Say it again? Yeah, oh, maybe not Evan K, wait a minute. Wait, is it Evan K? 7. Why is Evan K listed as a right-handed pitcher? No, Evan K is a lefty. Which home run?
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Seawolves, number 27, Evan K.
Well, head coach Jim Martin makes the call to the bullpen, and he summons his righty out of Comac, the sophomore. In Evan Kay comes in with a making his 8th appearance of his sophomore campaign. 9.90 ERA, 0-2 win-loss record in 10 innings of work, 21 hits, 11 earned, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, and looking to potentially get out of trouble here in this top half of the 9th. This one sent down the left field line. That drops in for a base hit. Rounding first and stopping at second is Brendan Bucher.
First baseman number 2, Chris Walsh.
So now that brings up Chris Walsh. Takes a called strike. The 0-1. Pitch high. Wanted to potentially move up the runner in Bucher. Count even at 1. Kay deals. Misses away. Two balls, 1 strike. Kay deals. Hitters count. Runner goes. Yell no throw since it was ball 4.
Third baseman number 33, Simi Whitehill.
Now that brings up Simi Whitehill. Led off the 6th with the home run, and that eventually kick-started this go-ahead run party that the Hawks have put together. Lays down a bunt. Here's Kay. Throw to first. In time on a 1-4 putout that eventually moves
Left fielder number 24.
the runners up 90 feet. And good for a much-needed first out.
An intentional walk has been assessed to the batter.
And now an intentional walk has been assessed to Nick Lavarco. Now that loads the bases for Jake Howlett, who's 0 for 4 today. So bases loaded. Monmouth ahead by 4. They've doubled up Stony Brook. Here in the top half of the 9th with Wyatt Hunt's no doubter into right field. The 0-1. Fouled back. Kay deals. Foul tip into the glove of Gell. And he strikes out swinging. Now 0 of 5 is Jake Howlett.
Shortstop number 4, Jimmy Bruno.
Now that brings up Jimmy Bruno. Only a single, worked a walk. Eventually out on that fielder's choice 3-6. The 1-1. This one sent out to left. Dromboski. Does he make the diving play? Yes, he does. What a job by the freshman. And a nice job that time by the freshman Dromboski, flashing the leather out in left field. But Seawolves, last licks coming up. They trail by 4. Back in a moment here on Flow College.
Mornings start with News 12, your first stop for everything you need to start your day. The latest news.
Okay, we'll send someone over there.
We're tracking some major breaking news right now.
A forecast you can rely
There's a
on.
coastal storm developing, and with that, it may...
And stories that impact your
We
community.
spoke with local residents. They say it's been way too long that this has been...
Stay informed. Be prepared.
Join us for mornings on News 12.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Good mornings start here.
So panel back out. We'll have another look at the Dromboski play out in left field to open up this inning. And again, flashing the leather out in left field was the freshman, Rookie of the Week a couple of weeks ago. Nice work again by Dromboski, who, again, he's made his name known, that's for sure, and he continues to put together phenomenal highlight reels, game in and game out. But now the wind beginning to pick up here on Long Island, and feels really good here anyway. But we'll see with the rally caps on for the Seawolves. This is last licks. They've got to put up 4 to keep this game going. This one's launched into the glove of the diving Hunt, rather, for the first out of the 9th by Johnny Pilla. I'll have another look at that by Wyatt Hunt, and Johnny Pilla's struggles continue, but Hunt, really nice work that time by the second baseman, Wyatt Hunt. Again, we saw him with the leadoff home run in the 9th that eventually knocked Cola Grande out of the game. Meanwhile, the count even at 1. Foul tip into the glove of Bucher by Villani. One ball, 2 strikes. Villani takes ball 2. Skied out to center. Richter is there for the second out. And now Stony Brook down to their final out. And that'll be Mike Cervoni. And on deck is Matt Jackson. He would be pinch hitting for James Schaefer. With 2 out, Cervoni takes a called strike. The 1-1. This one's off the end of the bat into center for a base hit, so 2-out base knock for Cervoni. He's now 3 of 4 today, and now that does bring up Matt Jackson. Folks, again, one more time tomorrow, beginning at 1 p.m. right here on Flo College. We'll have the middle game of the 3-game set, and Sunday the conclusion also beginning at 1 p.m. right here on Flo College. So Matt Jackson named to the preseason All-CAA team. 18 of his first 90 here to open up his junior season. And coming off of pinch hit appearance 0 for 2 against Hofstra last weekend, and again kind of saw his role take a different turn as Chance Dowdy has seen a lot of time as of late, and again he's been struggling, and you have to go with what's working, and Dowdy has been and Jackson is not, so possibly a little jolt in the lineup here by Jackson. Give him some fuel. On the ground, tough play for Bruno, and he'll step on the bag over at second to get the lead runner in Cervoni down over at second, and that's how this game comes to a close. Final score 8-4, and 9 hits apiece, 1 error apiece, and the Hawks, they advance to 21-14, and they now move to 7 games ahead of Stony Brook in conference play. Stony Brook, they fall to 12-22, 8-11 in conference, 6-7 here inside Joe Nathan Field. For our producer, Liam Hink, the entire crew, Joey Jarzinka saying so long right here on Flo College, and we will see you all tomorrow beginning at 1 p.m. right here from Long Island. Stony Brook falls to Monmouth in the opening game of this 3-game marquee conference set here from Joe Nathan Field. We'll see you all tomorrow.